Adding page breaks is a great way for splitting up data across multiple pages, but sometimes you want a more straightforward way. In fact, Excel allows you to scale your document so that it can fit on a single page or multiple pages. Let me show you what I mean. Here we have these two columns, J and K, located at separate pages alone, and I want them to be next to column I here on the same page. So in other words, instead of the document to be 2 pages wide and 2 pages tall, I want it to be 1 page wide and 2 pages tall. So to do this, we go to the Page Layout tab, to the Scale to Fit section, and here for the width, click this down arrow and choose 1 page. And for the height, click this down arrow and choose 2 pages. So you can see now the document is 1 page wide and the columns J and K are located next to column I. So here scaling will not change the column width or row height, it will only resize the worksheet so it will fit as required. Now we finished with some scaling. Let's try to add some headers and footers. And the easiest way to do this is to move your mouse pointer over the header section here, and you can see we have these 3 boxes, one to the left, one in the middle, and one to the right. So the easiest way to enter a header, for example, click inside this box in the middle and start typing. So I will enter grades. Now click anywhere of the header and you can see that we have entered this header in the middle. Now choose this box to the left, and when you choose the header, for example, you will see that you will have this design tab under the header and footer tools. So click on it and you can enter here any header and footer elements. So let's say in this box we want to enter the page number as the format of page 1 of 2, for example. So we will write page, then space. So to enter the page number, go to the header and footer elements and click on page number. So this will enter the page number element. Then hit the space bar and type in off, then the space bar, and then enter the total number of pages. So to enter the total number of pages, go to the header and footer elements and click on number of pages. So click anywhere of the header and you can see here we have page 1 of 2. Now let's choose this box to the right and enter a picture, for example. So with the design tab activated, go to the header and footer elements and click on picture. So let's browse the computer. So under chapter 6 in your exercise files, enter picture 1. So double click on picture 1. So click anywhere off, and you can see here the picture is very large and it is located behind the worksheet. So we want to make it a little bit smaller. So select this box and click here on format picture, and here we want to scale it down in order to make it look better in the header. So I want to scale it down to 8%, for example. So change this number from 100 to 8 and hit the enter key. So you can see now the picture is smaller. So let's select the footer here and enter some data. So we'll select this one, and here let's say we want to enter the sheet name, for example. So with the footer selected, go to the design tab and click on sheet name. So let's click anywhere off, and you can see that this will display the sheet name, which is sheet 1. But let's say, for example, we don't want this sheet name, and if you go to the sheet name here and double click and change it, for example, to physics class and hit the enter key, you can see the footer here will automatically change to physics class. So now we've done entering some headers and footers. I will show you how to add more space to your documents, and if you need them, for example. So let's say if you need more space to the document, and you can do this by adjusting the margins here, the margins to the left, to the right, at the top and at the bottom. So to do this, go to page layout, click on margins in page setup, and here you have 3 preset values: a normal and a wide value and a narrow value. So you can choose any one that you like, and also you can custom your margins. So if you click on custom margins, you can change the values here as you like also. And if you want, for example, your document to be centered horizontally and vertically on each page, you can check these 2 buttons. So on center on page, check horizontally. You can see the document will be centered horizontally here in the preview, and check vertically, so it will be centered also vertically, and hit the OK button. One last thing, I will show you an important technique to use when preparing for the printing is once your Excel is more than 1 page, sometimes it will get tricky to know what you are looking at. So here at page number 2, so maybe we forgot this column and the data that correspond to this column or to this column. So we don't have a title here above this column, and we always need to go back and then read the title, for example. So to solve this, we need to repeat, for example, this title on each page. So to do this, go to the page layout, and in the page setup section, click on print titles, and here on rows to repeat at top, you can click on this up arrow and choose the row that you want to repeat. So click on the header of row 5, then click on this down arrow, then click OK. And if you look at page number 2, you will have this title row here, and it will be now easy to know the data that you are looking at. So now you know these techniques, go ahead and practice them in order to solve Excel printing problems.